Oh no! Get in there, Dave.
I'm
All
here.
right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Not.
Or I don't know. Is he in the?
Hey, Gumby ready?
Put Gumby in there.
No, because he's
That's
blocking
the man.
Adrian. He's
Gumby's
blocking
ready.
Adrian. That's
He's
why.
got to be like this.
Yeah.
Look, you're blocking me. Not on there. There.
I'm gonna move. All right, relax.
Oh my God, he's like a married couple.
Excuse me.
I'm trying to talk on the thing.
On the thing.
Hello?
Hold on, I'm gonna
Hello?
Hello?
Answer the phone.
answer the phone.
You answer it.
Okay.
All right,
there you go.
that's good. Okay, and we're rolling in
Rolling.
5, 4, 3. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Another exciting. Look, it's Influence with the 5 instead of an E.
Influenc5, guys.
Influ 5. Woo! Here we are with another exciting new guess who dis.
Yeah, new guess who this?
And in this episode, we have Influence, guys.
We just said their name 3
I
times.
know, but it's more powerful the more you say it.
It's yeah, the influence is growing, you know.
The influence has grown.
Oh, yes, it's growing.
So what's going on, guys? How are you?
How you guys been?
Oh, good. Doing good.
Yeah.
How about you?
He has the Gumby.
Oh.
You have to hold the
sorry, can you
Gumby if you
repeat the
want to talk,
question?
Dave.
So, how are you? I'm doing okay.
Yeah, you're doing okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Well, so this episode will have already aired, but me and Brian over here are planning. I know this isn't an influence show that we're about to talk about, but me and Brian are going to go see your guys' show with what was the name of the band? I want Dave to say what the name of the band is. Alicia's band.
Oh, Phantasma Negra.
Yeah.
Phantasma Negra.
And Lucy, what is the name of your other band that's playing alongside on that night?
What night? Are we talking about this weekend?
Yes.
Saturday.
Saturday?
Saturday.
Obscuridad Eterna.
There you go.
Yeah, which means eternal darkness.
Darkness. Ooh.
Sounds
So
cooler
we
in
got
Spanish.
spooky ghosts and internal darkness. And we're very excited because obviously this has already passed. So we had a great time.
Yeah, you know, this is from the future. We're Time Lords.
Yes, we're Time Lords. But I've known Henry for a while now. I've known Henry more than I've known the band Influence as a whole. So I had no idea that he was in anything until I saw that you guys were playing that music festival. What was it again? Rudio Fest, right?
Rudio Fest.
Rudio.
Yeah.
God,
Rudio Fest?
I'm sorry.
Rudio
I'm a bad Mexican. I'm sorry.
You're taco.
A very bad one.
I'm a very bad Mexican. Ugh. But I'm like, is that Henry? I'm like, that's Henry.
Who's Henry?
You don't know who Henry is?
No, I don't.
He is the third videographer for all of our videos.
Oh.
Yeah, he helped us
okay.
out a lot.
Good to know.
Oh.
Ah.
Well, yeah, so I've known about you guys for a bit now, so obviously that's not about this. I'm just saying.
Show
I was
off.
just gonna say, Adrian's in that band too.
Right, exactly. I was gonna get to that, and then I knew Adrian again before Influence.
Yeah, you know, I met Adrian at the Irish Mill.
Yes, he helped us film as well. So
Oh.
it's a nice collection of people in this band who I've known so far from different things, and it's very nice, and I like it.
Yeah, it all makes sense now.
Yeah. And you got these two old farts over there in the corner.
Oh, that's pretty ageist, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
You'll
guys.
You'll get there one day, Mike. Yeah.
Oh, I know.
He's getting there before me, which is good.
It's because of my job. I've got so much white hair because of Southwest.
He's got 1, 2, 3. No, I'm just counting all over.
All right, guys. Well, thank you, and that's it. No.
Thank you.
That's the end of the show.
All right, no.
Again, thank you for coming on. Unlike me, Brian doesn't know as much about you guys. I've been around you guys a lot, so I know about the inception of the band and whatnot. So I'm gonna hand it over to Brian.
Wow,
Brian.
I was about to say that. So yeah, what was the inception of the band? How'd you guys came
Inception?
together? Huh?
What's inception mean? Like conception?
How was the band
How are we
created?
How was the band created?
How would we conceive?
How are we conceived?
Yes.
Well, it
With a
started with
mommy.
Dave. It started with Dave and Fabian, the mommy and the daddy.
We kept jerking off till we
Yeah.
created these three.
Okay, who gave birth to Influence is the question.
Yeah, I did. Natural too, not C-section.
Yeah.
Natural, huh?
And then they had me first.
Oh.
And then
Yeah, big
yeah,
head.
they had me first. You know. And when I came in, they already had about 3 or 4 songs written. Yeah. So
which we don't even play anymore.
yeah. They had about 4 songs written. I came in, and Fabian asked me to write some music, so I wrote those 4 songs, and then I know Adrian from he's from my husband. He's family from my husband's side.
Mhm.
So I know he liked to play. He liked to play.
How do I know?
Yeah, I know. I was trying to think. I don't know. Who's this guy?
Yeah, have we
How
met before?
Yeah. And then when he came along, he brought his sister along, Alicia. So then, we were like talking about how we needed a 5th member, and then Alicia put up a ad, in the hallway saying she plays like saxophone and keyboards and all this other stuff. And we're like, so we picked off the tag she had, and then we told her,
Nice.
and said, hey, you want to join our band? And that's how it worked out.
But
Very
you guys
cool.
have a metal background, so then what made this project different?
Well, this was our opportunity to do whatever the hell we wanted.
After that.
Okay. No. That's hey.
The theme of the episode is
This is
going to be
gonna be a
down bad.
disaster.
I'll
All right,
take it down the
that's-
throat. I'm like, coming in clear. No, this was our opportunity to do whatever we wanted to do, and not
gonna-
metal,
I
anything
was
but
gonna
metal.
say it's a very good question because Dave, I only know you as a metal guy. So were you just working on just random stuff, and you're like, oh, I would like to play this, but it doesn't really fit anywhere, kind of thing, or pretty much
exactly.
It doesn't fit anywhere.
Yeah,
huh?
Yeah.
I had it up to here with that metal.
Up to here, not up to here.
Yeah,
Dude,
up to here.
I understand 100%. You don't even
Yeah,
have
you
to
know
tell
how it
me.
is.
I don't. I love metal.
I do too, but I
He's
mean,
not talking about so much the music. It's a lot of the
It's a
people that you have
It's a
to deal with.
metaphor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I get what you guys are saying.
But,
I'm just messing with y'all.
All right, very
I
cool.
don't think you were coming in clear.
Okay, so you guys mentioned 4 songs. So can I get the names of those 4 songs? I'm just like, what 4 songs are you talking about here?
Okay, break
Is
the
that-
cycle.
Well, our first song we actually recorded was "Break the Cycle,"
Okay.
and then the second song was "Suicide Fantasy."
Suicide Fantasy.
Oh,
That
And
one's my
then-
favorite.
You like that one?
It's a really
Yeah.
good, I like it.
I saw you guys
Yeah.
play that one on JZTV, actually.
Oh yeah. A lot of people were telling us they like that song, and right now we have 5 songs on Spotify, and the number 1 song right now is "Suicide Fantasy," and that didn't come till later.
Yeah.
So then and then the third song was Jack in Wonderland.
Yeah.
And then we actually took that out. We're still working on it. We took it out of our set list because we like the second half, but we don't like the first half. So we're actually still
Okay.
working on it. And then I forgot what the 4th song was. Bottoms Up.
Yeah.
Bottoms
I
Up,
like that one,
and
too.
we all kind of liked Bottoms Up, especially because it
catchy
has like a
tune.
really like bebop jazzy sound,
Yep.
you know, and that's actually like the least heard song right now on Spotify.
Well, it's one of so the first thing that drew me to you guys is I remember just being in the band room, and Fabian just showing me like a I don't know how you guys recorded your first like little demos, but he showed me a little thing that you guys were working on, and I'm like, wow, this is like really different. And then the first time I was exposed to you fully, besides those recordings, was on JZTV, and I got to hear the songs like finished and what seemed like polished. And I watched that thing like I don't know how many times of you guys specifically. I think like 7 times, like from
Oh
start
wow!
to back.
Thank you.
I watch it from time to time because I enjoyed it as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank
Thanks,
you.
man. Thank you.
And I think my main comment on that is the same thing that I believe Jason gave you guys, is just how tight you guys were. Like it was very cohesive when you guys
Very
went
tight.
on there.
Oh, thanks. Thanks.
You
Good
guys sound
try.
like you've been doing it for a very long time, and I didn't even know that was like your very first show as a band as well.
Yeah, that was our first show, and we didn't even become a full band till like May or June. So we were just practicing, for like 6 months. Yeah, we made all those songs.
It's just the chemistry, because a few people have told us that they thought we were together for years. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I initially thought when I was watching it.
Well, yeah. So let's talk about that then for the audience who have no idea what we're talking about.
Right.
During 2020, there was a beautiful angelic man known as Jason Zadora,
Watching this, Jason, shout out.
who
love you,
rose,
Jason.
We love you,
who
Jason.
came out like a beam of light out of heaven during the 2020 pandemic and was like, "Here you go, bands. You could still perform."
Yep.
Yeah.
In the most professional way possible
And for free.
and for free.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I remember I was one of the first people to talk to him about it, and that's how I ended up getting Central Disorder and Vicious Attack on there. But I'm guessing, I don't know, I'm guessing Fabian talked to him at that point? Yeah. So I kept telling bands, I'm like, you got to get on this. Go to this guy. He gives you essentially free, high quality videos.
Exactly.
I'm like, this is and something that people would pay a lot of money for. He's he's given for free. So I'm like, get on it, and no one was taking me up on this offer.
Plus, a lot of people were sitting down, so you were able to get everyone to watch it.
Yeah. It was a time where a lot of people were just doing nothing, and and then the interview portion too. Some people take them up on that interview portion, and it's so important to do stuff like that.
Definitely.
I think you guys understand that because since then, you guys have clipped out a lot of those, videos from that performance, and I see you guys hitting the social media pretty hard with all that stuff.
We tried.
Thanks, Lucy.
Thanks.
So I guess the one thing I would like to add, what would you describe your music as like?
Yeah,
Right.
pretend, like a new person who has never heard you, like a note, single
Never
note.
heard a note.
Alicia.
Well,
Use
some
the
people
dummy.
have said that I know, like we all sound like No Doubt. That we sound like No Doubt, or like No Doubt's having a competition with the Beastie Boys on to see like who's the loudest in the band.
Oh.
So like we've heard really random fusions, like very random fusions of different bands and different acts, but I think it's like almost every single song is a different genre in itself entirely. So,
Right.
boy, like a big umbrella term, maybe like alternative. Maybe some of it is like heavy post-punk revival. Maybe some of them. Others are like stepping into like maybe new metal kind of. No. No. Okay.
So what
No,
would
that
be
was
your
Dave's-
guys'
no.
Dave's about to kick you out of his
So I
house.
didn't know what new metal was. I mean, there's a lot of subgenres, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but more like early Deftones. I'm sorry, Dave.
Early
He does
Deftones.
not like the Deftones.
Yeah.
He's dying. Someone save him.
Or like even new wave to some extent, you know, like those random ass subgenres in the early 80s, or like a lot of bands are experimenting with different sounds. I feel like we definitely fit up in there. So yeah.
So would you guys say, like, you know, that all the bands that you just named, would you guys say that those are your influences? No pun intended.
Hell no. I mean, I think everybody has different influences. Like, no. Like,
I think it'd be interesting to hear everybody's influences because I don't really know. The only influence I know is Jan because Dave always gives him a
Okay.
hard time about
Deftones.
We'll start from Dave to Alicia. Dave, go. Flash round.
All right. My influences?
Yeah.
Probably 70s hard rock, 60s, R&B, maybe like 80s punk and
Heavy power metal.
new wave.
Power metal.
No power metal.
No power
No
metal.
Power metal.
Never metal.
No metal.
Just your guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Pantera's probably your
I
greatest
wouldn't say
influence.
any. Yeah. I wouldn't say any specific bands,
Huh?
but
Yeah.
just different genres. I guess rock, hard rock, alternative, new wave, punk, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how about like
Deftones.
bands? Like, what are your two favorite bands or two or three bands?
When you
Those
write
two.
stuff,
I don't think of bands when I write.
Really?
No.
Just sticks bumps. So
you just think about songs, or not really.
Yeah. If I listen to too much of a certain band, I'll just, I don't want to rip anybody off.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I just kind of write. I don't try to think of bands.
We rip off Slayer a lot.
no, not
No.
you guys.
All right, cool.
What about you,
Uh,
Fabian? You're up.
The
What about you,
Hobbit.
Fabian?
The Hobbit.
Gummy.
I don't know. I listen to everything, so I get influenced by every fucking. I can sit here and interview myself with just my influences, but
that would be. I would film that, and that would be weird to watch.
I mean, I listen to like world music, so I listen to weird Italian folk music and Russian dance music and disco from like Middle Eastern weird like hip hop stuff that's where I get most of like my influences for drum beats. Try to come up with something different because our history with metal, I try to stay away from the blast beating and double bass work a lot. So
Okay, so that's a good question. When you started started drumming in this style, were you like? How did you train yourself to get out of the same metal kind of like loophole with drumming?
well, one of my first major influence is my friend Aaron's band. They were called Doves of Mercury.
Okay.
I was a big fan of their music, so I was like their fourth member because I was at all of their shows. I was even with them to record their album in the studio. Huge fan.
What
So-
kind of style were they?
They were they a lot of people describe them as I know Aaron's influences were like Radiohead meets Queens of the Stone Age.
Ew.
So I was a fan of their music, so I got influenced and started playing a 5-piece drum set there, which I own now. I actually got his old drum set from Doves of Mercury.
You stole it.
Oh,
Stole it.
yeah, I'm a fanboy now. So yeah, so that's how I really started getting into it. And then what's that band Coven that I was supposed to go to Europe?
Coven?
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah, so those are like two of my influences to do something outside of metal.
Mhm.
Oh, and Deep Purple.
Oh, and Pete Purple.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
Yeah,
I want
I
this to
don't-
be like Deep Purple.
That's right.
I was gonna say I don't know if that's a joke or not, but I
Yeah,
like
No,
Deep
I
Purple.
real.
All right, now
It's
to
like-
Adrian. What are Adrian's influences?
I mean, I kind of just picked up the bass, so I never really, listened.
So this is for the viewers out there. This is an interesting case. You actually did not know how to play bass, correct? And you
Yeah, I
learned.
mean, I had played guitar before, but I'd never really messed around with the bass, So
Okay.
it's an experience for sure, learning.
It's a journey.
It is a journey.
It's almost good. It's like you can't pick up bad habits or anything like that. You kind of just, fresh slate,
Oh, for the most part,
I was gonna say, does anything I'm saying making any sense?
No.
Or you just make up your own
Not really.
habit.
Absolutely
Fabian said no. That's what.
Absolutely not. Mike, you never make sense.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm too drunk. No.
He hasn't had a drink.
All right, so Adrian's answer was I don't have influences.
All right, now for Lucy. What?
Wait, no, he does. He
Is
does.
that done?
Deftones.
No, it's not that
no.
Okay.
Deftones.
There's a band that I really do like. It's one of my favorite bands. They're called Curve. They're not around anymore, but I really like their music. And the bass player was one of the main songwriters for the band. It was just the bass player and then the girl. But I really like his bass lines because they're simplistic, but they definitely carry the groove and the song, like melodically and rhythmically. So sometimes I try and feel some stuff,
And what genre is that band?
I would say like shoegaze or maybe
Shoegaze.
like dance, kind of like
Okay,
shoegaze.
cool.
Shoegaze,
And just to almost pass it on. I forgot what song it is, but you guys also incorporate screaming, and you do the scream vocals on that, correct?
Yeah.
Suicide Fantasies.
Yeah. See,
Nightmare.
going
And
back,
Nightmares on Her. Yeah.
And going back to what we were saying before with how, every song is it's kind of its different thing entirely. When I remember when I first heard that, I'm like, it's so out there, but it fits so well in those songs. It just it's like a glove.
Fits like a glove.
Like
It fits like a glove. All right.
Oh,
Well, Lucy.
you're next.
Like everybody says, right? All musicians, I listen to everything, right?
I listen to everything.
Yeah.
Blondie.
Blondie.
They're saying Blondie because I requested to cover a Blondie
because
song.
you had a
So
Blondie
now
T-shirt.
I got a lot of shirts. I
Heart
have
of
my
glass.
my Tupac shirt today, but I'm like, I'm gonna wear black today so I can
Oh,
camouflage.
it should have been.
Anyways, but I grew up with 90s music, so I was into 90s hip hop,
Creed.
that 90s Q101 alternative, and
Creed.
if I could, my favorite genre is like EDM. I like club music,
Okay.
and if I can sing anything, I mean, in the future, I hope to make my own music. I want to do EDM,
Okay.
Nice.
But when I sing, I have a pop voice, like a very poppy voice, So it makes sense when people say like, "Oh, you sound like No Doubt," or when I was younger, people told me I sound like Gloria Estefan, or So, but I think it's a good mix for the band since, like you said, we have screaming, and then it sounds a little jazzy, and then it sounds a little, we have very different sounds. I've noticed though that maybe I was influenced from Oscuridad Eterna, but when we collaborate, I tend to go like more heavy. I'm starting to like metal, which I never grew up with metal, So I'm starting to like that, and it's funny because I'll start like collaborating and be like, do this or say this, or I'm gonna do this, or Jan scream this, and Dave's like, slow down, we're not a metal band.
They were running from metal.
Yeah,
She's
they're
trying
like,
to bring us back in.
I'm trying to bring it back, and they're like, hold on, we're not metal. And I was
You
like,
gave
shit.
Dave PTSD.
Yeah.
I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah. So then I, like I said, I have pop roots, and I'm like, oh, well, I'll make this and I'll make this. And then these guys are so like grunge and emo that they're like, no, we're not pop. We sound like a Hallmark commercial,
Old Navy.
So, we're all, it's cool that we all do like different things. And when it collaborates and it works, I think it sounds pretty cool.
All right. Now, my follow up to that is have you had any training, any schooling? I don't know what you would call it. Take any classes in vocals or anything like that?
Training.
Training?
Me?
Yes.
When I was in, it's fun. When I was in high school, I was in choir,
Okay. Choir.
and
That's
and then
kinda training.
yeah, I was in choir,
Yeah.
and then I remember this voice coach lady came in, and she was singing opera, and I was like so fascinated with it, and I
Yeah.
took opera lessons for like a year,
Oh.
and then yeah, so that's when I was 16, and then after
Okay.
that, I didn't sing until I met Oscuridad Eterna, and that was in 2016.
Mhm.
So I was already like in my 30s when I met them. So I didn't sing for a very long time. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I only say that because it sounds like you have definitely had lessons. in
Oh,
the
thank
songs.
you.
Many years of experience.
Many years of experience, it seems. And I mean, it seems like, obviously Fabian wins in terms of the amount of bands that he's in. But it seems like a lot of you guys have
Wins? Is this a competition or something?
Fabian
Well,
treats it like a competition.
Oh.
with myself,
Yeah. with your own sanity.
I compete with myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Now
Last,
on to
but certainly not least, Alicia.
there you go.
Hi. What's
Hi.
up?
Hi.
Hi.
So,
What's up, Jose? Hola.
Holla.
No, go ahead.
What are your influences?
So it depends. It's a very complicated question for me because
Okay.
when I write in three parts, like saxophone, keys. I even do a little bit of the lyrics and songwriting for some of the songs in the band. So it's
Okay.
in maybe like two or three. And for me, when I wanted to start writing music, because I've had a background with like doom metal a little bit, or maybe just like new metal revival.
Oh,
And it was just like playing guitar, but I never really flexed like my saxophone or even like the minor keyboard keys that I got, or singing too. But when I do saxophone, I want to incorporate more of like new wave, or like Romeo Void, basically. I don't know if y'all know Romeo Void. Just
She was speaking another language. Man.
Yeah, and then like for keys, I was really pushing them to write goth or like something that's like, Bauhaus type of thing. But
I
that's
was gonna
yeah.
say you said goth, and immediately I'm like, oh, it's Bauhaus, isn't it?
Bauhaus.
Yeah, it is. I was like, oh god damn it. That's like their Leonard Skinner, basically.
Right.
Yeah. And then it's just like when I write music, it's just I try to think more of like like the alternative side of things, maybe just more post punk or new wave.
Okay.
But certain songs I feel like I could just adapt. So we have like this one song called Between the Lines, and to me, I get influenced into more like surf rock from the '60s. So I'm thinking about like keys that sound like organs and kind of like an evil surf rock type of sound. So it really
Okay.
depends on the songwriting process. But yeah, I guess like for saxophone, Romeo Void. For keys, maybe something like, I don't know, New Order type of shit.
Now,
Yeah.
awesome. I like that New Order. I married a goth woman, so I get a lot of that. My question is, I guess it's the same that I asked her. You know saxophone, so
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's something you learned in school.
Yeah, since the
Yeah.
4th grade.
Okay, that's a long time.
It is a
And
long time.
Keyboards as well, or is that something that came later?
No, that came in like literally the month that I started with them. They're like, do you know how to play keys? I'm like, not really, but fuck it, I'll fake it till I make it.
To me, it almost sounded like you've been playing for years. So
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
You
no,
were very
I
convincing.
thank
Yeah,
you.
no, I'm
I
serious,
appreciate
yeah.
it.
way
feel
to
like I'm
expose
ripping
yourself.
everybody
No, I'm
off.
joking.
No, it's all good.
I'm just finding this out now.
Oh, no, it's all good.
We all are.
Yeah,
something
I
new
didn't know
every
you
day,
didn't know how to play keys.
I didn't know how to play. No, but I mean, it's just
Like,
like very
get
simple
out.
shit. Like,
Well, you know the notes. You know the notes.
but
on
like,
the-
I'll do like chords on one hand and then just like a random melody on the other hand. So that's how I just fake it basically and learn a little bit of music theory on the side. So
I mean, I
Yeah.
wouldn't say fake it. You're still playing something at least.
yeah, you're right.
Mike has left the chat.
Mike has
The
entered
truth has
chat.
upset him.
But isn't that crazy? Like I asked Jan to come in because I mean, like I said, when I married my husband, we're married for like 4 years, and I would talk to Jan, and we would always talk about music, and he would mention that he likes music. He wants to be in the band. He was in a band here and there. So when I joined Influence, I told him to just come and rock out, to just sit in and hang out. I never told him to join this band. It was just, I
Just
was
to feel him out.
She
just
didn't
like,
want
hey,
him
I
there.
just joined this band. We're just jamming out. Why don't you come hang out? So he came
Jam
to
with
hang
us. It's
out.
not like you're gonna be in the band.
And he would like mess around with the drums, and he would mess around with the guitar, and he started messing around with the bass. And then somebody's like, hey, well, he kept messing around with the bass, and everyone's like, well, we need a bass player. Do you just want to learn how to play bass and join? And he was like, yeah, okay.
He's like, nah.
And then so he learned how to play bass. And then with Alicia too, it was just like, oh, she knows how to play sax. Cool. Why don't you join? And then she ended up, playing piano and making great like melodies and writing lyrics. And it was like, holy shit, we got some really talented people here. You know what I mean? And it worked out. It worked out.
Now, what I'm about to say is not a slight on Dave at all. Okay.
Brace yourself.
So brace yourself.
Prepare yourself.
Brace yourself. No. Sometimes, when you listen to a band, it's like a lot of times, especially in metal, it's the guitar players or the drummers who stand out the most. That's kind of what metal is. It's like fast-paced riffs and then just blazing drums, But what I feel with you guys is like all of your areas of expertise are so interesting that like you almost like forget sometimes that there's guitar, or sometimes you forget, like you're like, oh, here's the next thing and here's the next thing.
Everyone stands out.
Yeah, and there's a couple parts in your songs where Dave will break away to do his thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, Dave's a phenomenal, player.
Oh yeah, Dave's in the band.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying not to, it's not me being offensive. It's me saying that you guys have so much going on.
No, he
that
was
it's,
being offensive.
it's like sometimes, it's like you're taking the back seat and then you come up and it's beautiful. You guys sound really good. And I feel like, Dave, it's I've known your style of playing for a very long time now, I feel, and it's crazy to see you playing a different style, and almost like again a little bit subdued, but still like very good for the music,
I mean, what matters is that he's enjoying it, right? I'm assuming you enjoy it, right? Yeah.
You said you were getting tired of the metal.
Well, it's kind of by design. I didn't want to be the focal point. I know it's so beautiful, but I wanted to be in a band where everybody puts up and everybody's the best they can be, and I found them. Except for this fucker.
You can't get rid of him. He's gonna be around forever.
So he's like the herpes I got.
Oh my God. He's gonna come up to the drums in a walker and be like,
You can never get rid of him. He will follow you to the grave.
I told him till death do his part.
We'll die
We're
already.
tied together.
I'm thinking you with me.
So back to just topping off what I was saying. When this band formed and I heard what you guys sounded like, it was also very interesting from somebody who knew. What?
What was that? Blooper clip. What happened?
Oh my God.
What happened?
I don't know.
What was that?
Shut up. let me figure it out. Okay. Jesus Christ.
We'll be right back after these messages. After
God
a
damn
word
it.
from our sponsor.
BetterHelp.
No, they're terrible. You never heard the controversy?
Shut up.
Don't tell me to
We
shut
need
up.
money.
It's not like
No,
we're
we
getting any
don't
money.
need money. We don't have
We need subscribers, so subscribe to Shreddy Bois.
Subscribe to the YouTube page.
This is my promo
How
that I'm
many-
throwing on there.
How many subs are we at so far?
21?
21. We could do better. You guys could do better. Not us. We're doing very well.
Yeah. You guys can do better. It's all your fault.
Yeah.
Hey,
There it
There you
is.
go.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
Alicia-
I'm a broke bitch. I got the free version. That's why I
Hey,
got caught.
Hey,
We
so do
too,
we.
actually.
Yeah.
But it didn't give us a warning that the call was going to end. Last
No.
time it usually
shit.
does. But
It gave us no warning.
yeah, it just says,
Oh.
get out of here.
Okay,
It was
so
like,
back,
fuck these broke bitches.
Yeah. back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
When I first started seeing all the hearing all the clips and stuff, I was blown away because it was not only the sound that you guys have, but it was seeing these two guys in the corner. Hopefully, I'm pointing correctly that way.
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean?
Those Jesus, those two guys adapting to essentially a brand new style I've never heard from either of you, and that was very interesting. To see that happen. So
Oh,
Very
once again, it was by design because we just wanted to try something different. We didn't want to be stuck on metal band after metal band after metal band.
I wanna-
Just get tired
I
of
wanna-
doing the same thing.
I want to commend Dave because, I mean, as much as I give him a hard time, we have like a love-hate relationship.
with who?
Dave always comes. Dave is the one that comes in with the riffs.
Uh-huh.
He's always coming in with 2 or 3 new riffs. That hey, I got a new riff. I got this new riff. I got this new riff. And whoever one is feeling it, usually Alicia and I, whoever one is feeling it, we really do make magic in the room when we get together because, there's times where he just comes in with like a minute riff and we leave with like a song, we leave with the song. And it's like, oh, we got a melody. We got, we got the layout of how it's going to be. We know how we want it. We just, me and Alicia will take turns, who's writing the lyrics. Oh, I got this one. Cool. I'll get the next one,
I thought you were
So,
just going to say you leave and then end it at that at first.
Done.
But it starts with Dave, it starts with
Yeah.
Dave. So thank you, Dave.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Bottoms up.
Hold on.
All right. Well, shit.
But that's why Dave's lazy as fuck.
Whoa.
Because I'm starting.
Why you put me on blast?
Because he makes the riffs. Because he makes the riffs, he feels like he don't gotta do shit else for the band.
What are you talking about?
Things
I'm
went
sorry,
from
like,
wholesome to
Shreddy-
calling each other out.
You're in his basement.
I think he contributes very well to the band. I think I know you
I'm
contribute
not
very well
very
to
good
the band.
with social
The social
Interaction.
needs.
I'm not. It's all good.
Yeah, he's just like, get out of my basement.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Who are you people?
So I do have another question though. So why the name Influence actually? So how did that name came to be?
And
We
why
couldn't
the
agree with
5?
anything.
Why the 5? Oh no, well, 5 because there's 5 of them.
I know it's a joke. I'm
Yeah.
making a joke.
We literally put our names of ideas in a hat, and that was the one that popped up.
What was our original name?
Famous ain't us. That was the original name.
Oh,
Famous
yeah.
English.
Famous Amos.
Famous ain't us.
Famous,
Famous.
famous Amos cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And that was the idea. We're gonna put the famous Amos cookies and put our heads as cookies. And put famous ain't us. But those guys are always laughing and bullshitting and making jokes, We thought it was hilarious, man.
I would.
But
make
then
jokes about it.
but then we come out but then we come out with songs like Suicide Fantasy and Nightmares Unheard about suicide and family dysfunction and and then they're like, it's like, oh, people aren't gonna take us serious,
Yeah.
Mm.
Right.
No, it's a
So
pretty unique
Influence came out. Influence came out, but because I always remember this. I remember I was typing it to everybody saying, well, these are the names we have, this and that. And I don't know how it happened, but when I pressed the number 5, it looked like a S. So I was like, oh, but the 5 looks like a S, influence. I was like, oh, we should just put a 5 at the end because I'm sure the word influence, like it's gonna come up a lot. There's probably bands already called influence.
Indiana,
And I
East
thought,
Coast.
yeah. So we're like, oh, with the 5, will stand out, and everybody agreed with it.
Very 90s of her.
Yeah.
No,
Nice.
that was my thought when I saw that. I'm like, oh, they must have went online and saw that there was like 50 influences or something
Like
like that.
40 influences out
40
there.
million influences, yeah.
So I'm like, well, that immediately puts you like it. It means they can't sue you. It means it literally means you're totally good.
Well, they can, but can they win though?
Mm-mm.
We're
No.
broke.
We're
got
broke.
the-
Yeah.
We
We
got the
ain't
free
got no
trial
money.
of Zoom, so
Oh,
it's
lawyer.
not.
They'll take Dave's milk money.
Milk money.
No.
Your mouth
Milk.
money?
Milk money.
Yeah.
MELK.
Yeah,
Milk.
I mean, milk.
No, I guess I think I'll just have like one final question, and then we can probably wrap it up. This is a very tough.
I have a question.
Oh, you have a
too.
question? Well, sorry. Mine goes first. No, okay, you
No.
first.
Don't
Mike, go ahead.
Shreddy Bois.
All right, so you guys have a new, I guess, what would you, an EP, right? 5 songs. All right.
Oh, yeah.
You want to tell us about that?
Okay. Well, we just
Yeah.
recorded Stole. That's the newest addition
Yeah.
to the 5 songs, and put them all out. And we got enough to make it. We got a double album right now. We just got to recording song 2 at a time.
Yeah, we're the plan is to record 2 at a time and release a song every 6 weeks because we have the songs already. It's just making the time and getting the money together to record, and we're planning to record a new song every 6 weeks till we have a whole album. Yeah.
Now,
Very nice.
so you said 2 new songs. That's how you've been recording them in 2s, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, all right. So, okay, I guess that's my follow-up question. Is I see I pay attention to a lot of with like the new trends in music and in terms of like distribution and whatnot, and I find that a lot of people the new method now is to release. Instead of the whole album, throw it all out there at once, a lot of people are doing singles, and then eventually when they release all the singles, they just throw it all, the album out or the EP out. Is that kind of what you guys were thinking? Because I think you did exactly that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it didn't initially start like that. We're like, we need to put some music out already. It started with the 2, and then we had another 2 out because we were recording 2 at a time. And then, just researching on what's the smart way to do it. That's how people are doing it now. Because people's attention span today, nobody wants to listen to a whole album anymore.
Yeah.
That's true.
So,
Yes.
yeah, we're even thinking about, it's a little secret, but we're thinking about making 2 to 1 minute songs now.
Really?
So we could have like a whole 2-minute song or 1 minute song and start putting them on TikTok.
TikTok songs.
TikTok songs.
TikTok is the new
song.
thing, man.
I'll do some TikTok dances to that.
Yeah, so that's the next idea we have. We'll probably start doing that after our album.
Okay.
Sick idea.
Now,
Thank
when you say album, is that going to be entirely new songs that you guys have not touched yet, or is that going to be kind of like the EP where it's like a comp of everything that you guys have had so far?
Yeah. I think it might be that.
Yeah. Just everything we've recorded, slapped on. I want to put it on wax. We got to put it on vinyl.
Well, every time we play live, we play about probably there was only one time we played for an hour, and it's about 12 songs,
Oh,
So for our whole album, we want an hour album. That's about 15 songs. So
Okay.
not everybody always hears all our songs, you know. And just recently we made 2 new songs. We got 2 new songs we got a new song that we're gonna work on today actually. And they're gonna have to be on the album if we want our 15 songs on there, you know.
You got some
Alright.
Spanish songs now. Too.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got 1 Spanish song. Elisa just wrote a
Uh,
Spanish song.
2 in the
Ooh.
making. Yeah, it's
Ooh.
1 in the making. Yeah, yeah.
So I think that I'm pretty sure that 1 Spanish song is gonna be on the album.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
can't wait to hear that.
Oh, thank you.
You got your question ready, Brian?
All right, so this is a question that I'm probably gonna ask like every guest we have on here. So, what is your take on AI generated art? What do you guys think about it?
It's pretty, but
Yeah.
it's not real. Goddamn it! You know, I mean, I prefer handmade stuff, not computer generated. It's nice looking though. I've seen some of it. What about you?
I don't know. I outside of the coffee thing you showed me, like I don't know anything about it, so
Yeah.
I have no opinion.
I was gonna say, for those who have no clue what that comment was, Vicious Attack released a Christmas coffee. I'll throw a picture of it right there.
Right here.
Whoa.
With the power of editing.
And that
I
was
love it.
that was the combination of AI artwork and me fixing it up, basically. But all right, yeah. I mean, it's definitely interesting and scary at the same time.
See, a lot of people are against it because supposedly some of the engines or like the AI learning machines have taken like art from artists that are deceased without the family's consent. So some people consider it stealing, but there's other people like, well, this is the new way of doing it. But you know,
Mhm.
as Dave said, I mean, he prefers something handmade, and you know, yeah, that's
Yeah.
Same.
Well, I'll say this. I mean, if a machine's not gonna rip them off, somebody else is gonna rip them off. So either way, that art is gonna come out somewhere.
right,
You know.
right.
Right. Yeah.
I like it. I think it's cool. I think it looks amazing. I think we need to just I appreciate modern technology. You know, I mean, even with music, I'm not the kind of person, I mean, that there's that trend all the time like, oh, you know, this music sucks. Back in the day, our music was the best. I mean, you're always going to hear that. And
Yeah.
I always love hearing new music, and I have appreciation of new music, new art. Sometimes it's not my style, but I like looking into it. Same thing with like this whole Generation Y, you know, mentality. Like, you know, there's people that just can't stand them. And I YouTubed it, like this documentary about Generation Y, and I have I have an appreciation for them. Like they're doing a lot of new things that we
Wait,
didn't do before.
You mean Gen Z, right?
No, Gen Y, like,
Oh,
you
Gen
know,
Y.
these
I was
people
like-
who talk about, you know, like the whole GBTY or this whole,
Right.
you know, like, you know, they have a big,
civil rights.
they have a big opinion, you know,
Oh.
and
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? But it's like this, they're speaking up. They're speaking up about things that other people didn't speak up about. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Again, I may not like the way they come about it sometimes, but again, the point is, I mean, we're constantly evolving to new stuff, and I appreciate it. So that whole AI thing, I think it's awesome. I love it.
I will say, to your comment, I talked to this dude who put together the AI art, and I mean, literally, it's easy as him. I literally wanted a terrifying Santa Claus. That's what I told him. Terrifying Santa Claus, and he gave me a bunch of different, because you just pop it into your computer, and then just tons of just terrifying Santa Clauses, and that was that. You know, it was easy. I didn't have to deal with an artist for months and months. Granted, you know, you could make the argument that it is taking money out of the pockets of artists. However, if it's something tiny like a coffee label that I'm doing, you know, 20 of, I think in those instances it's probably fine.
Mike,
You
you're
know.
getting canceled for this. I'm joking.
And to add to that too, I think it makes it like when it is original art, it makes it you appreciate it more. You know, it makes it that much more special because it wasn't generated or made by a computer. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think people are gonna realize that when they start selling their product, they can sell it for a higher value because of that. You know? Great.
Uh-oh.
Someone forgot to silence their phone.
Man. I guess I'll close it off. I say just pay your artists.
Yeah.
Bottom line, pay your artists. It's cool. You know, I liked it. I saw like a whole post where somebody did Shrek as like an 80s dark fantasy, and I'm like, oh goddamn, that's cool. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's interesting for concepts, but I will say I think I'm more like pro artist where it's like pay them, recognize them. You know, it's not too hard.
Right.
And it's just like there's so many great local artist scenes, so I think it's pretty cool. I think it's always cool when musicians collaborate with local artists or like graphic designers and stuff. So I love to see it.
I agree with that.
They definitely go hand in hand for sure.
Yeah.
Like a glove.
Like a glove, yeah.
Like a glove.
It's like a glove.
Going on what you said with the Shrek thing, I saw somebody do a bunch of like the Battle of Rohan from Lord of the Rings, you know, all the battles.
Yeah.
But mosh pits. So
That's
instead of
hilarious,
soldiers
yo.
fighting, it'd be like a hellscape, and then you just see tons of people just moshing. And that was hilarious.
That's badass. Yeah.
It's really cool.
It's really cool. I mean, it's interesting to see what pops out over
It's
there,
fun.
but yeah, I think like, you know, based on the financial side, I'm deciding more for artists.
I guess
People
from
like
an,
Fabian,
I guess
you
from
know?
an artist's point of view, I mean, just from hearing everyone talking about this, I can generate something AI and then paint it. I guess to give you an idea to paint something, right?
That
That's
is
cool.
true. You could totally do that. It
So you
would
can
be an
use it to your
original
advantage,
concept.
you know. Instead of painting it, collaborate with it.
Yeah.
We should do that for our new. We should do that for our new logo.
We should try it.
We should do that for our new logo.
That sounds good.
It'd be interesting.
What do you think, Brian? We're pretty much wrapped up here.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, guys. One
Hey,
last...
Brian, well, it's nice to meet you because I don't know who you are.
Yeah,
I don't know who
nice
the fuck
meeting
you
too.
are.
I don't know.
It's
I
a
don't
well,
know
hey,
who the Hobbit is
hey.
either.
Somebody's not watching Shreddy Bois.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. Somebody's not subscribed to Shreddy Bois.
On our new YouTube channel.
I am subscribed.
She subscribes but doesn't watch the videos.
Yeah.
You probably don't have
I
bell
do, I will
notifications
support
on.
You didn't smash the bell for
She just
notifications.
smashed the bell.
Smash the bell, watch the Christmas episode.
Smash that like button.
Smash
All
that
right,
like
well,
button.
Guys, one last time, plug all of your shit. Go.
Where can we find you?
Where can we find you?
Instagram, Facebook. We're on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music. We got a show coming up at Fabian Fest, March 11th.
I was
Reggie.
gonna
At
say,
Reggie's. I'm gonna
Cool.
see you there too, right? There's just a tag.
be there.
Brian will be there.
And Brian. Hey.
Yeah, that's our next show.
Yeah.
He's
March
like,
11th at Reggie's.
Yeah, March 11th at Reggie's.
Oh, Reggie's is my favorite place in the world.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
I've never played. I've never been there.
And it's at Influenc.
Well,
INFLUEN5.
Yeah. Influenc5 on all of your platforms.
Influenza.
If you want a very direct way to find out what these guys are all about, I would suggest going onto their YouTube channel and checking out their Jay-Z TV performance.
Yeah, I second that.
That was very good, and you'll immediately know, if they vibe with you or not.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you so much, Brian.
No
Thank you,
problem.
Shreddy
Thank you for
Bois.
being with us on
Love
this.
you.
We had a lot of fun, guys.
A lot of fun,
we
lots
did.
of laughs. Thank you, Gummy.
And remember, guys, March 11th, the fabulous fucking Fabian Fest. You could see Fabian, this hairy bastard, right there.
And you better fucking be there.
Raise your
Fucking
hand,
all of
Fabian.
you.
You get to see him and his 6 other bands just to try to kill him. Basically, he's playing drums
Try to
on
give him a
all of
heart
his
attack.
bands. That's the goal.
We get to see a 43-year-old man wear himself out.
Yeah. 45.
Oh, 45.
Ooh.
You look good.
45?
You look good.
Oh, so you're
Happy
47.
Hey, it's gonna be a birthday show for him
to
too.
you.
Bring a cake.
Birthday.
Bring
Happy
6 cake.
birthday, Mr. President.
All right, guys.
All right, that's it.
That is all.
Thank you. Love you.
Bye,
Thank you.
Shreddy
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Woo!
Thumbs up.
Thumbs
Thumbs up.
up. Cheers.
Thank
Bye.
you.